I'm Minha.
And this is our presentation on climate change.
So essentially what climate change is the change in weather globally or around the world. And climate change is actually one of the biggest problems we face in society today.
Climate change is happening because we release so many greenhouse gases through like everyday things, right? Like when we buy products, those products are made, and when they're made, they produce greenhouse gases such as methane, nitrous oxide, and the biggest one, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is so important because it's the most abundant greenhouse gas. It's more abundant than either methane or nitrous oxide, and it stays in the atmosphere longer. So as a result, carbon dioxide contributes heavily towards the greenhouse effect, and then this warms the Earth. You can see from this chart that there's a heavy correlation between carbon dioxide and global temperature rise. As a result, sea levels are rising steadily, which will affect coastal areas, and we are experiencing more droughts and more frequent heat waves. Hurricanes like Hurricane Harvey and other extreme weather events are more intense now, and precipitation patterns are changing around the world.
So this might seem like a lot of information, or it seems like a really big problem, but the important thing is that we still have time to change this and fix it.
So what you guys can do is you guys can turn off the lights, because lighting uses 12% of the energy at home. One household could save up to 171 kilograms or 376 pounds of CO2 emissions a year. You can also install LED lights as they are more efficient. What else you can do is you can buy eco-friendly products such as low-flow faucets and shower heads, reusable water bottles, recycled toilet paper, biodegradable bags, electric cars, rechargeable batteries, and you can use solar panels at your homes. So as an individual, what we can accomplish is limited. But if we take steps to inform and help others in making environmental friendly choices, we can save our planet. Take some time to share information about energy conservation with your friends, neighbors, and community. And if you can, encourage public officials to establish beneficial environmental programs and policies.
So the big thing about climate change is that it's going to take time to change, right? We can't just do it. We can't expect to fix everything in one day. And the thing is, all these little things will add up to a lot. If we start now, we're going to be able to turn this around. Here are our sources. Any questions?
So, this is a project, right? So you have done a lot of research about like global warming, climate, a lot of things. What is your involvement in this project? What you have been contributing to this project? This is my question.
Well, so big thing about this is trying to raise awareness. This is basically the project. We're trying to educate other people on what they can do to help. Because the big thing about climate change is that the biggest people that can make a change is like those big industries, right? But they don't want to because they could possibly lose money and because they have to reform and everything. But what we can do is as a people, we can change together, and then our impact will be far greater than those in power. And then if we do this, they can see that people want this to happen, and then they'll be more persuaded to change.
Okay. Sorry, Jason, how long was their presentation?
About 3 minutes.
3 minutes. That's too short. So that is like a research finding. So I would expect to see, okay, this is like the knowledge. What is this climate, like global warming, whatever. But I, as an individual, I am a young leader. I'm curious. I want to do this. This is what I have achieved. This is what I expect to see. Okay, for example, in Florida, in wherever, there's some hurricane, whatever, doesn't whatever happened. Then I did this kind of research. I found out this is this, and then something like more concrete. This is very broad.
Remember the
Know what
two
I mean?
specifics you guys want to focus on?
the two specifics? You didn't talk about those.
Yeah, because it's 3 minutes, right?
No, they said 6 minutes, at least 3 minutes. So between 3 minutes to 6 minutes.
Oh, it's
the
not
talk.
clear.
Not limited to 3 minutes.
So
You
just
usually talk for 6 minutes, but at least 3 minutes. I think you can add some like your own story. For example, for this one, how can I do? You can took very like the picture and you write something. For this one, and then me and my we group and then do something and like that. Pretty, you put some own story on there. Pretty, improve more.
Okay, so Alex, you have a specific topic you want to focus on. Can you just talk about that and see the reaction from everyone? Is that about a battery or?
It's about rechargeable batteries.
Right, yeah, talk about that and see, just
But
get
that's
some
still
reaction.
research.
Yeah.
That's still research. It's
Still
not-
research.
It's not what you guys want.
That's okay, but we want the specifics, right?
yeah, more specific.
You talk about the battery, the research battery you had done.
Because we don't want to show people I just Google search something, I put them together.
Right.
Does not take a lot of time to accomplish. I want to see a very detailed, specific project that you have you have been working on. It's not something everybody see on the internet or whatever. Specifically, what you have done concretely. Maybe just do some research in one region compared to another region, whatever, something like that.
Yeah, right. I think you prepared something, Alex, right, on the battery thing. Okay.
I did do some research on rechargeable batteries because it was one of the ways you could stop climate change. Because basically, regular batteries, disposable ones, every time you throw it away, they have many harmful chemicals in them, and they actually hurt the environment a lot. But if you use rechargeable batteries, because you throw them away less, you're always recharging them, you're reusing them, you're basically recycling batteries, and you're saving the environment. Plus, you're also saving energy.
Then how about if you have already started the idea to talk about a researchable, a rechargeable battery, whatever, just go detailed in which area, how much a battery. Hello, 林老师 Are you there?
那个，
Yeah, you have any
对，
comments?
因为我不是听得很清楚哈。
You can-
那个，我就讲一点，就是刚才第一个说话的是不是贾本呢？
Jonathan 也
Yeah.
第一个是。
好吧 ，Yeah，在那个 open statement 啊，他那个 statement too general。Yeah, he start with what is climate change.
Oh no, that was Alex.
Yeah. And you do your open statement with more focused question. Like today we are going to present such a question which related with climate change. Because climate change is very general, very big topic. Your group, your 4 or 5 people can only do limited thing with this big topic. So you might want to logically study your whole research to make it more narrow topic, especially on the in your open statement. That's my comment.
Okay.
Very good, thank you. Okay, Dr. Zhang, so do you have anything else?
So
to share?
first, I like this slide. It's very compact and very logic, and just some minor comments. At the very beginning, you mentioned carbon dioxide is a major factor that affects global warming. Right? That's a very nice graph. But in the following slides, you mentioned lots of actions people need to do. But it looks like they are very indirectly correlated with carbon dioxide. So for example, I don't remember the detail. If you go back to those slides, you have 3 chemicals, NO2, CO2. Okay, can you go back to the okay, one more on the left. I'm sorry. Is that a carbon dioxide on the right?
This one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Carbon dioxide is a linear molecule.
What?
CO2 is linear, am I right? Which means there are three atoms, right?
Yeah.
Carbon in the middle, oxygen on the left, oxygen on the right.
Yeah.
They're on the same line.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but people make it confused. Is that CO2? You know, just something minor.
Okay, try to find a better picture,
这
okay?
个不是 very direct.
And also in the next several slides, you mentioned about, you have a great slide showing the correlation. And go one more. Yeah, so that's a great one, right? So, and you're trying to say this is carbon dioxide, and in the next few slides, things seems not correlated with CO2 that much.
So should I explain why like those things will lead to less
Okay,
carbon
so
dioxide?
basically, so first, I don't see any like what Emma mentioned. I don't see any experiment or research you're actually doing. You're just trying to show people something. Just background knowledge to me. I don't see anything. So, if you have experiment, for example, from the battery, reusable battery can mention that battery can, the traditional energy sources can, release lot of chemicals that is, causing, greenhouse effect or whatever, right? So, by using this kind of recyclable technology, you can reduce the traditional energy consumption, and that may help somehow indirectly. Yeah, and also you mentioned like recyclable bottles, and they are too far away from CO2 to me.
Well, so the thing about carbon dioxide production and climate change is that they're both really broad, and the way you solve them is also very broad, right? Everything you use will take carbon dioxide to produce, because, for example, plastic, when you create plastic, you burn stuff, you fuse them together, that creates a lot of carbon dioxide. And so basically everything you have will produce some sort of carbon dioxide, and when you purchase when you purchase these things like LED lights,
Yeah.
they use less energy, right?
Right.
And most of the energy you get in your home will come from like these power plants, and then those will be burning coal, which
Yeah.
produces a lot of carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah.
And then when you use LED lights, much less energy, much less carbon dioxide, and they last longer. So the production of the light bulbs is going to be way less as well, right? Because you're not going to need to buy as many.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
as it says, lighting uses 12% of the energy at home.
Yeah, probably to emphasize this in your presentation, people can be more.
Yeah.
And also the last thing is like you have many texts on the slide. You are trying to read them. Sometimes people cannot catch it very quickly.
他有时让他那个 keep 不要那 background，他可能那边他就
ask them to mute
They need to mute their line.
when they are not speaking.
你 test 他吧，就是
Okay,
让林老师
Lin老师 and other students, if you are with us, can you mute if you don't talk? Because we hear a lot of hi, how are you? What is this?
This is my turn. So I'll pull the presentation,
No,
Not yet.
but I
no. Don't
need
do that.
to
No.
share screen.
It's not your turn yet. Can you hear us? Okay. If you do not present, please put mute. We hear a lot of background noise. Okay, thank you. How many minutes left? Hold on. Jason, how much time did you have?
You guys said 7 minutes.
Oh, okay, 7 minutes. So everyone can use 12 minutes. So we keep brainstorming, yeah. Dr. Zhang, please continue.
Oh, I'm done. Very.
Well, I mean, so if we were to go more in depth about how carbon dioxide relates to this, would that count as like less general? Would that be better? Because
No.
I would not really focus
You still need to focus on battery and really speak about the relationship between
That's
the
right.
battery and the CO2.
Yeah.
That is something that you can focus on. If it can be related to CO2, then change to something else,
but the thing about but CO2 is like the main problem for climate change, right?
Yeah, that's a
It's the
traditional
main-
end. Yeah.
It's the main problem, and so if you just do batteries, it's not gonna.
Like people burn
Right.
gas, people
So you
burn
don't have to
coal.
talk about CO2. Okay, think
No,
about
but
it.
you,
We do
you
have
show
chocolate.
CO2, that's the one of the, affected the CO2. Like you said, everything, but you cannot put everything, but if you put one or two or three, that's is better than nothing there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I could keep the lights, we can
Yeah,
add batteries
Yeah,
and then.
yeah. So
You
you can
think-
add more also, and then you can, to take it.
So now you already know
out.
what's your specifics, right? So everything need to be built around the specifics. The specifics are battery, reusable battery. So all the other things, background information needs to be built around it. Okay?
Okay. But I think I can still keep this one though, because
Yeah,
it's
you
very
can keep
important.
and then add more,
Okay.
because it's too short, and then if you add some more specific, and then they said, some group, and then it's not limited, you do it, and then you can find some group, do something to reduce the CO2, and then to let everyone know that's the point.
The other thing about the presentation, okay, the words is too small and doesn't stand out. You need people to be able to read it. So reduce the number of words and make it clear, make it stand out.
Bigger, yeah, but in less word. You're not going to read your slides.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Any feedback from here, audience group, and you, everyone, you need to write down your questions, okay, on the paper you have. So you're presenter at the same time, you're the judge at the
One
same time.
picture, one explanation, one slide. Don't put the two picture and then two is too small, because probably the group is big and then it's too small. It's harder to read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we do? The names and
I just write the topics name here, the climate change and
what do we do with this part?
It's the two because they saved the two here.
Oh, the second.
Yeah, the second one, not the one.
You guys got it, like.
And I have a feeling that environment protection, global warming, climate change, and environment protection are not the same thing.
But they're both
But
directly related.
the battery is more like chemical. It's more about chemical and environment. It has less to do with CO2 and global change. It has something to do, but little. It's not highly correlated.
So do you think we should like, instead of batteries, do like renewable energy instead? Like as are specific? For example, like we could focus on solar panels or, wind turbines?
Well, I think the whole now you have 3 minutes of presentation. You need 6 minutes, right?
Yeah.
The whole message needs to be like consistent. So if it's about global warming, then you probably need to add more about what we can do, what you did, and what you can do to help. That's to stop the global warming. Or if you want to talk about environment protection, you talk about what we can do to protect the environment, such as using reusable battery. I don't feel like reusable battery and climate change are very correlated.
So since we've already done more like on energy consumption, I think we should go with like renewable energy instead. I can relate it.
Yeah, you can use any topic, but it needs to be consistent. I don't feel battery and global warming are a consistent message.
Okay, it's too broad, and then the specifics is not directly related to the too broad topic.
So you need
That's
to
the thing.
make decision like which direction you want to go. Environment protection or global warming. It's two different topics, and both are big topics. And when you choose a big topic, then you add specific to it, like what we can do and like what we did. It's about leadership, so what you did. And
Oh, okay, well, so at our house, we've already installed like solar panels.
yeah,
and
that's
then,
that's a good example.
okay.
And if it's about global warming, you probably need to add a little more explanation of why it is a bad thing, because climate change is always happening, right? Even before human being existed,
No, the thing about
Climate
climate change
was
is we're
changing.
causing it this time.
I think these topics is very good in now this
They are
very
very
good
broad
topics
project,
that we
I
can
think
pick up this
yeah.
one. Yeah.
So either way is fine, but you need to be consistent with one topic you choose to work on.
Climate was always changing. If you saw something that climate was changing, but why is it a bad thing? Because if it's really getting warm, it could be a good thing for Canada and Russia, because they are having a problem with like the weather is too cold. So you want to explain something about why it's a bad thing to human being overall.
See the direct correlation, for example, climate and alcohol content, that's direct correlation, right?
Well, we can't also include that, right? 'Cause we're just
Okay,
keep
if you're
consistent.
talking about climate, okay, so now I got it.
Alright.
We can schedule a few more
So your
meetings.
time is up. So we need to switch to another group. Let's begin the big crowd. Okay. Very good. Yeah. You're the first group and you have done a great job, which is a lot of things to keep working on that. You still have 1 more week. Okay? So next is with Andy and then Larry. Okay. Matt. 去搬那里。快。So we did not have time to let you guys to ask questions. Next.
This one off. What's that?
Andy, am I right now? OK， 所以你们刚刚的3位学生哈 ，OK，Jonathan、Alex、明浩，你们知道哈 ，which direction are you going? You probably will keep Catherine updated about today's discussion. So did you? Okay, I will anyway put those video trying to put on the YouTube so you can have access to the video. You just like listen 1 more time the comments you have. You might need a little bit of time to digest the feedback. Okay, so work in small group. Yeah, later.
我也不知道。
哎，你们是哪个 Gary Where is it?
但是我是觉得赛事它的这个内容其实很容易上传，也不是一定要去进行原来之前好好
对对对对对，是考虑我刚建议就说是从方面再找一些思维，再来从 better review 的去想这个项目这样
对
对吧？
对，你要应该从这个这个融合里面去加一点。
对对对。
要么是你就具体在这个，要么你的确实投入，要么是开场，然后你具体找。
对对对。
I got that from like
是很难找的。
might be up there.
做个这个让
这个让他自己决定。
Sit over here.
Here?
How do you forget that?
Okay, so how about I pass to next group? And so we will not waste time for that. Okay, next group. Oh, I do not think they are here. They did not give me any feedback. Okay, 那个 Priscilla 和那个 Nathan 他们在吗？看看网上他们有没有在？那有人。Hello. 这是林老师。Sorry, we have a little bit like a problem with the. Joanna 在吗？这是谁 ？Nathan, hi Nathan, where's your sister?
我这姐姐在中国，在部门。
OK， 你在这儿哈。OK, so you are going to present, right?
对。
OK， 好，你的 whole part, you are going to present the whole part.
OK。
So 你在哪儿？你现在在中国还是在美国？
我现在在美国。
你在美国怎么不来呢？OK， 你为什么不参加今天的那个 ？Why don't you go to the Rockville？
什么
？OK， 你今天没有来呀？你今天没到 Rockville on site 哈。OK， so Jason。Okay, Nathan, your turn. Okay, you are going to share the screen with us.
我怎么share？
你在你的那个上面有一个像三角形一样的东西，有没有看到？在你的上面有一个是 camera， 一个是 record， 有一个地方是一个像三角形像 play 一样的东西。Yeah, see? 刚刚是我们的 screen, right? 对，你修给他看。Nathan, can you see our screen? Like there is, you can use this one, and then you will click on the file that you are going to share with us.
I already shared my presentation with you.
Okay, I will find it in the Google Classroom anyway. Yeah.
就是如果你的前身份就像加盟币找一些其实这个时候我带一句，虽然是完全是没有，你不把它放在很重要的位置，现在就没有了。
Jason, they are okay. Nathan, are you ready? We are going to time you. Okay. Write down your comments. 好了，可以开始了哈，Nathan。
好吧。大家好，我是吴一欣，我的姐姐吴雨欣在中国，所以不能讲。我13岁，我快上8年级，我真喜欢排球。可我的中文说的不好，所以我会用英文，可是你可以看那中文。你可以 flip slide on。你可以再 flip 吗？这是周小兰，我上一个课叫 CCCC volleyball， 他教那个课，他有200多学生来学排球。如果你要教一个排球课，你也需要一个班学生来学排球。排球在南兰州有很多人，他们their self-certification of team members. In Maryland, we have this 75